Welcome, everyone. It is another episode of Cubfidential. I am Denzel Snipes. To the right of me is the architect of head kicks and haymakers and Bakken Show himself, Nick Bakkens. And below me is the pundit himself, Jacob Christner. We have some things to cover from the last week. How about it? The Cubs clinch. They clinch a postseason berth tonight, but we will get to that in just a second. Before we get started, follow us on all of our great platforms. We have the 2-for-1 special on TikTok at Sideline Sports and Sideline One Sports. Sideline One Sports run by that guy down there. Tune in for all of his great takes daily. Also follow us on X. We're also on Instagram and Facebook as well. We got everything but a Snapchat or in America Online. But anyway, with that being said, how you
No
doing?
one has an America Online.
Hey, my disc is coming in the mail. I thought Denzel, my disc is coming in the mail first.
Your disc is coming in the mail because it's a beer coaster.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, let's get on right to it, shall we? We'll start off with the Cubs Brave series. So the Cubs taking 2 out of 3. I feel like this week the Cubs definitely did what they needed to do to not only lock up a playoff berth, but to remain within striking distance of the Brewers with a half a month still left. But Atlanta series, they took 2 out of 3. How about Cade Horton moving on to his 10th win of the season with a 6-1 victory? Nick, your thoughts about this series?
Yeah, I mean, we say all year, hey, you got to take 2 out of 3. You got to win the series. You got to win the series. And they did that. Like, you beat the Braves 2 out of 3. Cade Horton, I mean, what can you say? He's going to be Rookie of the Year, folks. Like, this kid is an absolute stud. Like, and I'm sure we'll get into it. You know, he outdueled Paul Skeens, you know what I mean, in yesterday's game. Like, I mean, this kid's everybody. You know, we know who saw this coming, and at the right time when we needed somebody like, Horton. Here's a case, what I like to call him now. So this kid is good, and we needed this series. You know, you take 2 out of 3. One game you blow them out 6-1. The next game you win a close 1-run ball game 3-2 to kind of take that series. So yeah, man, I mean this was a series that, you know, kind of felt like starting to get some momentum around here.
All right, and Jacob, your thoughts on this series?
Well, I was at 2 of them. I was at the last 2 in Atlanta. I was there, so it's like the 6-1 game was actually a little closer until about the 7th or 8th. Got to watch that, and by the way, the place is about 70% Cubs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Easy. That's like, especially going to lower bowls and everything like that, is all Cubs, and they were going nuts. It was, I mean, but thing about Cade, let me say this. He's wonderful, and he's awesome to watch because I watched one of his games. You know, he's tremendous pitcher, okay? So don't get this in the wrong context. I don't like comparisons to Bob Gibson and all of them. It's why I went after Jacob deGrom in the first place. I don't like it. I want to compare to now if we're going to compare to now, because we know it's different when they're not allowed them to go past 96 pitches. You know, unless someone, you know what I'm saying. I don't want the comparisons to that because those guys were allowed to go to 160 pitches and pitch in 4 days. You know, it's like they were allowed to. Cade's not allowed. The thing is, like I say, and I don't say I want them to go 160 pitches anymore. The spins on the ball, you just couldn't do it. I'm trying to get I want to see more complete games based off of efficient pitching. That's all I'm ever saying to anybody. But I don't want comparisons to the old days. I don't want them next to Steve Carlton and doing all that stuff. I don't want that because all of them are allowed 180 pitches.
Yeah.
You know, they're allowed to go. It's like they tried to do a comparison to Arrieta. Arrieta had 4 complete games, 3 shutouts, and 3 games, went to the 8th inning.
That was in 16, year. Right?
Yeah, that was 15. But,
15. Okay.
Yeah, but then 16, he was about the same. But he was allowed to hold those games and do that kind of stuff. They won't allow. I mean, he could be at 73 pitches, and they'll pull Cade.
They're not letting him. I mean, they're doing the new age softness with him. You know, he has it.
And he's gonna get this. You're right, but he's gonna have surgery anyway. That's what's causing the surgeries.
Hopefully not, but you're probably right. It happens to everybody. I mean, look at Justin Steele and everybody else. So, I mean, they're just trying to be extra careful with him. I mean, I don't want to criticize what they're doing with him because what they're doing with him has been perfect. Like I would like to see him go an extra, deeper past into like the 7th or 8th, or it seems like at 5 or 6, like they're yanking him. But he's pitching quality starts.
They're getting. You're right. But they're not even just pulling him at like 97 pitches in the 5th or something. Okay, it's like they're not doing it. They're pulling it at like 73.
I agreed. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. They're pulling them even earlier. I'm agreeing with what you're saying as far as like I'd like to see him go deeper. I'd like to see him go into the 7th, into the 8th, and really just kind of show his stuff. And maybe I don't think they'll do that, but I really wanted to see it do it before the playoffs started. So like in the playoffs, like when it's, are they going to allow him to go deep into the games? It doesn't seem like it. It reminds me of, they were like this with Kyle Hendricks that in 2015, where they just like, they would never let him kind of go deep into games. And I know we're into the analytics side of it, but that's just the way
here's the thing. You're right. Kyle Hendricks had 6 career complete games. Cade's not even close.
No, but what I'm saying is they did this in 15 with Hendricks. Like they would never let him go, and then until 16 happened, and then 17 and 18. Then he started going deep into games. They're just keeping it safe with Cade, maybe a little bit too safe.
Safe crap is and it's not just Cade. It's so many. It's like we're going to see. It's like you got to remember twice this year already. We brought it up with DeGrom. They've had to give him an extra rest. They've done that kind of stuff with it. And DeGrom is the king of the 3 2/3. The 3 2/3 pull, and they had to give him one. It's like they're just so afraid. It's like I said, it's lawyers and agents now that run these things, and they're so darn afraid. And they get these surgeries anyway. That's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm not saying 100, and you're correct, by the way, but I'm not saying 160, 170 pitches. The one thing I love.
Nobody's pitching 120s. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's done that.
One guy did that with a 42-year-old with Verlander. But he did 126 pitches, but that was 5th inning. That was crazy. But the biggest thing I'm with is like I want to start seeing like 9th inning and you have 83 pitches. But the problem is they'll be at 71 pitches if they made it that way and they get pulled. That's where I'm at. It's like, let them alone. I'm tired. I don't want to see. No one wants to see 4 pitcher no-hitters. It's stupid. It's like a no-hitter needs to be finished.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go on to our next, and we'll actually talk a little bit more, Kate, on these are this Cubs for you this week. But moving on to our Rays Cubs series, again, doing what they do, taking 2 out of 3. On the 14th, Horners go ahead 2-run double in the 7th is what seals the deal 4-3. Nick, your thoughts about this series and this game?
I mean, speaking of Nico, is there anybody been hotter than Nico for this team right now? The guy's batting 304. He's got a legit chance here at the batting title if he can get 1 percentage over Trey Turner or tie. Trey Turner's at 305, who's sitting on the IL right now. So Nico's got about 10 games here to get that percentage point up 1 or 2 points here. He might be right now. I mean, this is like these guys like him, especially Nico, who's been around a long time. Ian Happ, who's been around a long time. Like these 2 guys, these are the guys I'm happy for to get to taste this playoff success. And Nico's never going to be like this power hitter, but man, he's such a legit pro hitter. And he's showing it this year. Like this guy is really showing who he is this year. He's to me, the perfect 2-hole hitter. To me, like gets a guy that gets on base and runs the base as well. And he's clutch. He's showing it, man.
All right. And Jacob, your thoughts about this?
Bringing up Nico. You hear that number, 304. We only have 5 or 6 300 hitters this year.
Yeah. I mean, 304. Nico's number 2 in the National League.
I know, and it's like doesn't that tell you everything? And it's like, and what's sad about it is this what's a good thing I say this? These agents and whoever and the majors are probably going to punish him. That's the funny part, because Arias has 3 teams, and that guy had like his highest was like 348, some ridiculous number, and they moved him around, and it's like, and the thing is, I don't understand these teams, the agents, the agents, the lawyers, the everything that don't want that. It's like Nico played just about every day. You would think for their money, they'd want availability every day. That's where I get mad with the pitchers and the way they handle them. You think you'd want 8 years straight with them, and just the way that they get it. But they're going 2 years, they get a surgery, and they're getting that. And the one thing I keep hearing with it is it's all of these people with the extra money, it's all these people with the extra money, anybody that's buying in and stuff like that, they want their money back, and they think 300 is boring.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the thing is, you would think with that money, you would want availability and the consistency every day. That's what brings the money in. But it's like,
real quick, the game we should have won was Saturday. We'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge Anthony Rizzo Day. Saturday was a game the Cubs should have won. Moises Balestro smokes one right to Rizzo in the outfield. Rizzo drops, couldn't handle it while he was sitting in the bleachers having himself a few beers with the bleacher bumps. I thought for sure, I was like, if there's one game we're going to win, it's this one with Anthony Rizzo. Bullpen kind of blows it on Saturday. And Sunday we did get the nice comeback win. But, Rizzo, tip our cap to forever our captain to me, and Anthony Rizzo, that 2016 team, officially retired as a Cub, and they celebrated him on Saturday. So, I wanted to get that out.
All right.
They signed him to retire, right?
Yeah.
Now tell me, you couldn't remember Kerry Wood got to strike out somebody to say goodbye, and it was basically a guy that just swings at everything. They just gave him that. Tell me 5-4 Rays, you couldn't have put Rizzo up there for a one final swing.
Yeah.
Pinch hit.
I think it would have been cool to sign him to a one-day contract, let him go out there and take shit. Let him bat leadoff. You know what I mean? The first game.
I don't think of that thing, but you're right on that. But my thought process was pinch hitter, pick the spot. That 5-4, last of the ninth, 2 outs. That place would have been jumping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't think Rizzo. I think Rizzo also wanted to kind of do it his own way. He wanted to be out with the people, with the fans. He was out in left field buying beers for the folks. You know what I mean? And
there was a guy on base in the ninth. Could you imagine Rizzo coming up, hitting the home run, and that's his goodbye?
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, but I'm just saying, those are the little things. You're right. He wanted it with the players, but I'm like, could you just imagine 1-day contract? He gets a swing.
Yeah, I would have loved to. I would have loved to see him. Like I said, let him bat lead off in the first. Let him get one last at bat in a Cubby uniform. Yeah. I don't own very many players' jerseys. I've been less of a jersey guy the older I've gotten, and his is one of them. I always have. He just was the Lynch of that 2016, and it's just glad that he'll be, a Cub forever.
Well, Rizzo's the reason. Rizzo's the reason got the World Series, and the reason I'm saying that's because that foot slipped, and and if that's a 6'2", 6'3", the first baseman says 6'6", that's over his head.
Yeah.
So I am not blaming Bryant. That is just how you end a 108-year streak. It's just, I remember what I said. Every time there's a big long streak, and this will happen with the not the Commanders. I'm sorry, the
Guardians.
The Guardians. Thank you. This is what would happen with the Guardians. They have an 80-year streak or whatever. They'll win the World Series. It'll be something freaky. It'll be like throwing them out at home, and they had to win the World Series like that. That's what happens when you do that. The next Cubs World Series, they'll probably win in 5. But that's they'll probably win in 5. But that's how you do it. And it's like, but I'm not blaming Bryant. It's just his foot slipped, and it was raining. That's just what happened. If it ain't a 6'6" guy to do this, it's going over his head.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we do have to thank Rizzo for that. But really, though, those 2015, 2016 teams, this is why I worry about the playoffs. I'm just saying this. There wasn't a complete and utter dominance in a 2-month lull. It was consistency all year.
Yeah.
Well, the 16 team, yes. The 15 team, no.
Well, no, the 15 team in the playoffs destroyed the Cardinals with home runs, and then the Mets just knew it and just let them. And the Mets, and they just annihilated them because they weren't the home runs up. But I'm talking about the 16 team.
Oh, yeah, the 16 team was the best team in baseball from the very first day to the very last day.
Yeah, and it was just nice and consistent. It wasn't overly dominant. It was just they had their stuff. And that's what I'm saying. That's what worries me. The Cubs were completely and utterly dominant for 2 months. And then 2 more months, lull. And then they had to go get pitchers that got a little hot, win 2-1. They couldn't hit in scoring position. Already scored for 2 months. And it was like, it reminds me of the 23 Dodgers when they were so dominant and they lost the first round.
Yep.
It reminds me of that. You know, and by the way, the stream had gone off, and then they said the stream was live all of a sudden. But so we went off. But anyway, that's what it reminds me of. I remember that I said in that year when we were doing the show, I said, I think they could be out early because they had that lull. They get these lulls, and the Cubs got that lull. They came back in the last couple weeks, about 10 days, couple weeks. But
they're hot right now. They've won. You know, I think they've won the last 6 or so. Series or 4 out of the last 6 series.
Yeah. No, get that wrong. I mean, they're back to kind of pretty good again. You know what I mean? But it's like I would rather have 16 than 15. I mean, this felt like 15. Just like steroid, 15 on steroids.
So here's what I'll say. I always tell people this, actually. 15 to me was the funner year for me as a fan than 16 was. For the simple fact, 15 was unexpected. You woke up, you know what I mean? Like, those are the best years. Like, any year my team were like, even the Packers a couple years ago when Jordan, like, hypothetical, like when Jordan Love took over Aaron Rodgers, we made the playoffs. Like, I love that year more than I loved a lot of other years. And I love the 15 year over a lot of other years because it was so unexpected that we didn't expect it to be there. 16, I expected to, like, the expectations were there to be in the World Series and win the World Series.
It's much easier when there's no expectations.
Yes, 15 is a lot. It's so much funner as a fan to me when you're like, man, shit, we didn't plan on being here. Like, everything that happens from now on is just it's the cherry
playing
on
with
top.
house money. Playing with house money.
Yeah, those are always my favorite years, when the unexpected years. We're like, I didn't expect this to be this good. You know,
I get you because I was the Larry Bird fan, Celtics those 80s. 86 was a lot of fun, and they were pretty much almost one of the greatest of all time as far as teams. 87 is more fun to me because it is a completely injury-riddled, ridiculous, beaten up, and old team, and Larry Bird has to drag it and drag it and drag it and drag it. And if he hits that 3-pointer, he had 3 Game 7s. And that was and Larry Bird was probably the most money Game 7 player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jordan would have been, but he never went to Game 7.
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Game 7,
You're right. But I mean, Larry Bird was 8-2 in Game 7 is what I was saying. And he only lost the first one and the last. So yeah, you're right on that. But I'm saying that was the most money, and I'm saying it's like it was that one. I'm just saying it was that one the 3-pointer. If he could have hit that, and it was online. It was just unfortunate. It was online. If he hits that sucker at the buzzer, and it would have gone Game 7, most money Game 7 player ever.
I do want to shout out Kittredge. Has been pretty solid in the back of the bullpen since Valencia's went down with the injury. He's been pretty good, tight, good closer. I don't know who will be the closer going forward, whether it's going to be Kittredge or Valencia. But, man, I like the 1-2 punch in the back end, whether it's the 8th or the 9th, whoever's going to close it down.
I love Kittredge as a closer better than I do Valencia. And I'll say why. Kittredge has so many more options on his pitches.
Yeah, Valencia, he's only going in there. He's going to throw smoke, you know.
Yeah, and he throws, and you're right on that. And I am not when you're young, I was like, let me see. I was 20 when I watched, just like on Kerry Wood, when I watched the Kerry Wood 20K game. That's fun when you're 20 years old. That's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But when you're older, I want to see variety, and I want to see brain, and I want to see everything. I feel like Kittredge just has more variety. I feel like in a World Series game, there's a variety of pitches that you can use.
Hey, Jake, you got a message here from John. If I got you, McConkey, and a legit running back, you'd be open to All right, continue.
Yeah, it's like no, but I was seeing that thing. Everybody wants Bijan. No. No, the thing about it is the bringing that is like, I like variety. You know what I mean? I like variety on it. It's like Kittredge has a nice arm. He has everything like that. If Smoke is wonderful. Kittredge is the guy in an emergency with his variety. He can go 3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with a variety and everything. You can't go. I mean, they tried Smoke. They tried Smoke remember who in 16? They tried him, and he gave
with
up
Aroldis
the homer.
Chapman, yeah.
Aroldis, yeah. They tried the extra innings with him, and if it wasn't for a shank off the thing, he gave up the homer. And if it wasn't for the shank to get the ground ball, the game's over. Because he was getting tired.
Yeah,
He was getting gassed. And it's like, when you want extra amount of time, you want somebody that varies and can take some take some smoke off the pitches and make them get ground ball. It's why I liked all those years. I liked the Kyle Hendricks. It's why I liked that. He didn't throw smoke, so I liked Maddox. He didn't throw smoke. They last longer. You know, they're there, and it's like you could be able to. And it's one of those deals where it's like, when they have that kind of pitch, you could pitch him the next night. If you would have to do it. This isn't Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson's a freak. You could do that. You could do that in '95 with Seattle, and he pitched the 11 innings, and then he pitched the next night. You could do that with him. He's a freak. Same with Nolan Ryan. These aren't freaks. And that's the big thing. And someone like Kittredge, someone like these guys, they can vary pitches. I want to keep them in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you know what? On our next topic is Jacob says, seemingly the Cubs love to clinch against the Pirates. So the Cubs sweep the Bucks, and they get their first playoff appearance since 2020 with an 8-4 win today, as a matter of fact. Nick, your thoughts about this series and the clinch?
Yeah, baby. I mean, we made it to the playoffs. I don't really consider 2020 year a playoff because that was the COVID year. We had it was just a 2-month baseball, so I don't really count that. So to me, it's like the first in 2019. I think we made the playoffs, or maybe 2018.
No, 2019 was a 1-game playoff miss.
Yeah. So it's been a while to really get in and feel good to see the guys celebrate today. Like I said, Kay Horton outdueled Paul Skeens yesterday. Today you score. You're scoring a bunch of runs. I'm a little worried about Boyd. I think he probably needs to miss a start or two. Let him rest and get ready for the playoffs. I'd probably skip him his next time in the rotation and have him fully ready for game 2. I'm not pitching him. Not pitching.
I'll tell you, you're right. But boy, that's annoying. I'm saying that. That's annoying because he's tired after about 130 innings.
Yeah. Well, this was the longest he's ever pitched.
I know, and it's annoying. It's annoying. So, no, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I hate it because it's like we were talking. It's like, oh my God, this is annoying. 200 innings. We've seen 300 all our dang lives. That now we're looking at 100 and they're tiring. It's like, are you kidding me?
I think you work into that. Eventually he'll get there, but for the Cubs' sake of the postseason, I'm sitting him the next time out. So, but I mean,
no.
It feels good. It feels good to be in the postseason. You know what I mean? Like, it's not in. I know we're the wild card team, and we probably should have been. You know, if you look at the records though in all of baseball, we're right there. Like we're the top 2-3 teams in all of baseball. So it sucks to be a wild card team, but man, like, hey, it is what it is. You know, we're in.
Wild card teams get hot.
Yeah.
They get
sometimes that first round bye, especially now, it hurts more teams than I think.
Absolutely. And no, just the thing, like I said, the thing I'm with is just I don't like the way that they rest. Oh, we're gonna go rest them, and it's like, and then they have no energy. Then they have no energy to be able to get it. It's like, it's sometimes it's a reminder if you've never climbed a mountain before. Say, I'm just gonna say for Georgia, Stone Mountain. If you've never climbed it before and you're about gassed out, you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
You have to keep moving to build your stamina. Then the next time you're going to be there, you just have to build it. The problem, what you were saying is, like we said, oh, we're just going to sit them. They say this excuse in April. Then they do it in October. They don't rest them to get them ready for a longer streak. They do it and they continue and they keep using the excuse, and then they get hurt a year later. I am shocked it hasn't happened to Skeens yet. I'm waiting to see when he's due.
Yeah, and you know what? This actually will be because, Nick mentioned that, hey, it may suck to be a wild card. Well, that's a good segue into this next topic here. So the Cubs are actually now 5 games back of the Brewers. The Cubs' final 3 series, they are at Cincinnati, and then they host the Mets and the Cardinals. The Brewers' final 3, after they get done with the Angels series currently, they travel to St. Louis, and then appears to be a tough one at San Diego, and then they host Cincinnati. Do the Cubs have a shot to steal the division from the Brewers? Nick?
No shot. I just don't.
No.
No. I've come to we're not doing it. Like we probably may get to 4 at best, but I'm not. It's too much, too little, too late. So no.
Remember the divisions of bye. We just talked about that. They can get a little, you know what I mean? And so it's like we might not want, but the thing is, the biggest thing it would be if they did, it'd be the weirdest year I've ever seen. Up 7, down 8, back up, win division. I'm serious when I say this. It is the weirdest year I've ever seen.
Well,
what I'm saying.
The Brewers had 3 streaks of 10 wins or more. You know what I mean?
I know. You're
that doesn't happen. No,
you're right on that. It's a weird year, and it's weird. It was weird in the fact that, like, the first 2 months looked like that they were going to not only beat offensive records, destroy them.
Yeah.
They just, literally they were on a pace that, even because they were hitting like 10, 12 runs at will. And they were on a pace, if you just stuck at 5, they would have annihilated records. And then they went 2 months where you saw 2 and 3 runs, 1 run, shutout, run, and everything like that. It's like, holy crap. It wasn't like, it was just like.
The bottom fell out. Yeah.
The bottom completely fell out in a flat. And it's like, what happened to you? And it's like, and then they come themselves back. And like, if they would win the World Series, it's like, yeah, we lost Hulk Hogan this year. Robert Redford. We already know what happened last week. It's just a wild, ridiculous, unexplainable. If you had kids, and I'll probably be a late dad. You're gonna say, so what was 2025 like? Sit down. It's a weekend. I'll tell you the whole story.
yeah, pretty much. How this year was just completely. But so Jacob, you're not giving it a shot neither, barring a Brewers collapse.
It would just be too. It would just be too odd. It just would be. It just is, and it's like the Brewers just and they get hot at the right times, and they're a really good team,
Yeah, pretty much. Well, our final topic is, I know you guys kind of said everything earlier, but Cade Horton, who's now 11-4, in his win on today, actually, he had 5 innings pitched, only 1 earned run, 1 bad ball, but 6 Ks. How you like his performance today, Nick?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah.
Was that yesterday?
Or was it yesterday or today?
It was today.
Oh, okay. Today. Shoot, you're right. I was thinking yesterday. Yeah. He outdo. No, because Boyd pitched today. It was yesterday.
Boyd pitched today? Hold on. Let me go look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a bad game.
Yeah, my bad. It was yesterday.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, you're throwing me off. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this kid is rookie of the year. I mean, that's bona fide. He's bona fide stud right now. And let me ask you guys this, because I would not pitch him game one. I probably don't pitch him I might pitch him game two, depending on if we won game one. I'm not pitching him game one, though, of the postseason. I'm pitching Horton? Yeah.
Okay. That seems fair. You know what, Hank? Hold that thought, because I'm gonna take a look at something real quick, and I know things could change, and they will change. However, as it stands right now, if the Cubs would be the 4th seed, and they would host San Diego.
We would be the first. We would host all 3 games. It's best out of 3. So if you win the first 2, it's over. But I'm not pitching them game one at Wrigley. I'm probably pitching them game 2 if we've won game 1, or maybe game 3. I'm not pitching them game 1.
Okay. Jacob, your thoughts?
Nah. It's I mean, by itself, the biggest thing is that Cade Horton's one of those guys you need as a bridge, as far as, okay, we lost game 1, especially when the Phillies, the Dodgers, the Brewers are hot. If you have a chance of losing game 1, you need that thing. It's like, if you would win the game, is that the only game you're going to win?
Yep. Okay. Well, with that being said, that actually is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in to all of our platforms that we are on. We are on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X as well. So hold on a second. Hey, Nick, you got a show tonight?
Yeah, in about 15 minutes time, tune in to the Head Kicks and Haymakers, baby. We'll be talking all things UFC. Plus, we'll give our thoughts on the Canelo and Bud Crawford fight. That'll be happening in about 15 minutes time right here on the old YouTube channel. So be a friend, tell a friend, folks.
All right. And Jacob, where can people find you?
In about 10 minutes, I'm going to in 10 minutes, I am going to either be on a sports exchange, or I'm going to go kill Shearer.
Okay.
I'm going to kill Shearer for continuing to try to take Bijan and trying to take all my players. No. No. But the big thing is, I'll be on that show. And I'm also, little by little, on the 26th, I'll be on Michael Conceicio's show. I'm also doing taped things with Brian Snow, for like the business and for sports in itself. Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to get myself back on, and I'm also on Ryan Neff's show right now out of Philadelphia. So okay. I'm getting different amounts at this point in time. So I'm getting different amounts and different things. So we'll see what's going on, plus the usuals.
All right. And so with that being said, for Jacob Christner and Nick Botkins, I'm Denzel Snipes. We'll see you next week.
Hey, happy birthday, Denzel. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it, man. Sure appreciate it.
Happy 21st.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. We can just reset all over again. When it gets to 43, just go back to 21. But right. Thanks a lot, fellas. I do appreciate it. Hey, we'll see you all next week for more Cubs baseball and see just where they are in the division headed down the stretch. Maybe these two will be wrong and the Cubs will be 1 game back. See you next week.